Is it working now? Please. Please be working now. Is it working now? Okay, I have my own thing there. Okay. Well, that's annoying. Ah. Sorry about that, guys. I was trying to get my microphone to work with it so that when I sing or whatever, it'll actually be good quality and not blast you guys' ears off, which happens all the time. I'm sorry. But yeah, so that's a shame. I'm gonna have to try to figure out how to get that to work because I've seen other people that broadcast live and have like a microphone and sing and stuff like that, and it sounds really nice. So I'm gonna have to try to figure out how to do that, but I guess in the meantime, I'm gonna have to keep singing or talking into my regular old computer. But yeah. Ow, God! I just whacked my wrist. Oh, I'm so graceful. Okay, so what's up, y'all? My shirt is all like uneven. Fix that. Anyway, okay, so how are you guys doing? Let's see who's in here. Sorry, guys. Maddie at the Fallout Romance. I wonder who your favorite bands are. You said Illy. Erin Britain said hi. Ken Kaneki 1919 said hiya. Minecraft Walking Dead Girl said hello. Foxy Plushie, hello again. Let's see. Anita, I don't want to butcher your last name. A few people that said you couldn't hear me, so yeah. Myzion Madison said, hi, you are a good singer. Thank you. Fabiola Michaelis said hi. I went to high school with a girl named Fabiola. Jess T said, hey girl, I missed you. Hello. Thank you for being here. And Young Revolution said hi. Hello, guys. Sorry for the audio mix-up at the beginning. I think someone says, sorry I was late. I was on YouTube and I couldn't hear, so I had to download YouNow. It wasn't a YouNow thing. It was just me trying to use a microphone that ended up not working, so that's upsetting. But what can you do? I'll try to figure out how to get that to work. It was annoying because in my system preferences, the microphone was totally working. Like I talked right into the microphone and it was super loud. So I was like, all right, so that must be the microphone that works with the chat. But nope. Gonna have to figure out how to change that. I think Serena is here, and she said hello, one of my longest fans and supporters. Thank you for being here, as always. I went to the Hot Topic that Gerard Way used to work at, and I asked one of the employees if they knew he worked there, and he just gave me a sad look. They all catch the emo as soon as you mention anything MCR. It's just automatically the emo just takes you over. Oh man. Anybody hear the new Paramore song? Hard times, gonna make you wonder why you even try. Hard times, gonna take you down and laugh when you cry. It's a bop. It is a bop. And I like the music video as well. I love the comments where people are like, wow, I can't believe Paramore invented the 80s. It's cool, though. It also has a very 90s look to it as well, like the 90s cup design that, you know, was on like every plastic cup in hospitals and cafeterias in the 90s. They kind of have that vibe going on as well. So yeah, that's good. And Harry Styles, Sign of the Times, also a great song. I am so excited for May 12th because Paramore's album and Harry's album are both coming out May 12th, so that's going to be an awesome day full of brand new music to listen to. I'm really excited about both of those albums. More so Harry Styles. I think that this is like one of the most anticipated albums of mine. Like, this is one of the albums, like, I've been anticipating this ever since I first heard One Direction sing Torn at the judges' houses on X Factor when I saw that video a long time ago. Ever since then, I have been waiting for a Harry Styles solo album. He just stood out to me immediately, and his voice just sounded so special, and he had so much charisma. And I just said, you know what? I'm already waiting for the day that he inevitably goes solo, and the day has come. So I'm really looking forward to that record, especially since he seems to be going in a more rock direction. Like, thank you, thank you, Harry, you got my back here with the rock going on. So that's good. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I read his Rolling Stone interview, and apparently one of the songs on the record, Kiwi, is apparently like straight ahead rock or something. So I already know that's probably going to be my favorite song because number one, it's called Kiwi, which just sounds awesome and interesting and fun. And number two, it says it's supposed to be straight ahead rock, which I'm definitely looking forward to with his voice. So yeah, I think this album is going to be a banger. I'm really looking forward to it. Do you like the Paramore new song? Yes, I do. I've listened to it on repeat a few days ago. I'm still trying to hear what she says. Let me try to look it up, because I haven't bothered to look up the lyrics yet. Paramore. She says, and I gotta get to rock bottom. That's what she says? Okay. Because that's my favorite part of the song. And I gotta get to rock bottom. Anyway, yeah, it's fun. All-time low is June 6th, and the APMAs are on my birthday. Excuse me. That's awesome. Although the APMAs, they're a little tragic. I mean, let's be real. They're a little tragic. They really need to get it together. Like, the APMAs are always really disappointing every year. Like, there's always technical difficulties. There's always a bunch of drunk people. It's like, come on, guys. Like, take this seriously. Yeah. And I feel really bad for that orchestra, like that youth orchestra that they have. Like, I know they're being nice trying to have the youth orchestra, but man, like, they don't sound very good. I feel bad every time they play the music. I'm like, ooh, it's like, a little much, but what can you do? Rachel Service is now the #1 fan. Thank you for the 500 bars. And Jenna, you were the #1 fan. I'm sorry, I forgot. I didn't give you a shout out there. But thank you for being here. Yeah. I never really listened to One Direction, but I love Harry Styles' song. Yeah, I think it's really funny because there are so many people that are, like, doing that. Like, I never liked One Direction, but this is a good song. Like, it's just, like, it's kind of annoying how every comment under his song starts with, like, I hated One Direction, but... It's like, cool, alright, fine, whatever. But honestly, it's like, I wasn't ever, like, the biggest One Direction fan, but I did listen to them. And I got, like, a little sucked into their fandom at one point. And they had a lot of bops, man. Like, they had some stone cold, like bona fide bops. And I realized this when I was, like, going through their songs the other day, when I was getting excited for... When I was getting excited for this Harry record, and I was going back and trying to listen to some One Direction songs just to hear his voice because I'm getting really excited, and I was just like, yo, these songs were like, they went so hard. Like what are the songs? Like Midnight Memories, bop. You and I, such a good ballad. Every time that band comes in at the end, I was like, I just get the feeling. Zayn hits that high note and you just ascend to heaven. You know, that's a great song. Best song ever, A Bop. Drag Me Down. Solid. You know what I mean? I was just like going through all their songs, even like their album cuts. Stockholm Syndrome, yes. Clouds, yes. Four is just a really great album. You know, I was just going through all their songs. I was like, yes. The bonus tracks on Take Me Home, yes. Like still the one, right? That's the name of that song. Like, yes, like it was just so good. I was just going through these songs. Why Don't We Go There? Great song. Just so good. Yeah. Oh, No Control. Bop. Yeah, you know what I mean? Just like really good. And I always thought that Stockholm Syndrome sounded so much like Everybody Wants to Rule the World by Tears for Fears. So I edited a mashup of that and I put it on Tumblr. I'm quite proud of that mashup. It sounds so good because they are essentially the same exact song. And I just had to do that. Like, no one had done it yet, so I said, I have to do it. And then I think someone else tried to do it and put it on YouTube, but like it didn't really come out. Like they used the music of Everybody Wants to Rule the World or something and the vocals of One Direction, but I like mixed it up a little bit. Obviously I'm biased. I think mine is the best. But it is really good. Not gonna lie. You should check it out. But yeah, so I finished editing my Titanic discussion video today, guys. Yes, I finally finished it. It is an hour and 5 minutes long. It's a big one. I'm very excited about it. But the thing is, when stupid iMovie, when you record your audio and your visual at the same time, I use my microphone to record my talking. At some random points, like depending on how many files you have going into, an iMovie event, like the audio starts coming out of sync with the video and it's really, really annoying. So when you do that, you have to end up removing the audio from every little jump cut that you've edited already and detach the audio and then sync it up correctly. And yeah, so you have to do that and it's very tedious. So I've done that, but ever since apparently the more audio files that you have in the project, the more that it starts stuttering and starts having playback issues and stuff. So sometimes I watch it back and it works fine. Other times I watch it back and there's popping noises everywhere. It's stuttering. The first word of every single jump cut gets cut off. And I'm like, okay, no, this cannot be happening to me. I've been working on this video for months. I was planning the video for like 2 months. I worked on what I was going to say in the video for like 4 days. It took me 3 days to get a good take of everything I wanted to say. It's taken me like a week to edit it now, okay? So if I export this thing and it comes out a mess, completely out of sync, annoying popping sounds, all of this stuff, I will cry. I will literally break down in tears because I've worked so hard on this and I'm so excited. But either way, I feel like even if it does export correctly and I upload it to YouTube, I'll get a copyright strike. Because like my Walking Dead discussion videos, I use some footage from the film to support my cases and, just to make the video a little more entertaining. I would die if it ends up exporting correctly and it gets a copyright strike and it's blocked. I would die. But I don't think so, because I've watched a lot of other Titanic reviews, and, a lot of them are like 10 hours, an hour long, and they use, some people like, the majority of my video is me sitting there talking, and then I'll occasionally cut to footage. But you know, these other people that have done reviews, they don't even show themselves. The whole video is nothing but footage from the movie and a voiceover from them, and their videos have been up for years and they haven't been taken down. So I hope that mine won't get taken down. I don't think I used that much footage. I mean, probably 10 to 15 minutes worth out of an hour, so hopefully that's not too bad. But yeah, let's all just, sorry, that was really unflattering. Let's all say a prayer to the iMovie gods, please, you guys, that this video exports correctly. And I mean, I will literally, you know, I will break down in tears. I genuinely will. I've worked so hard on this video. I'm very excited about it. I don't even care if no one watches it. I just want to make sure it gets up there for the world, okay? But I'm part of the Titanic Historical Society, this private group on Facebook, which one of the admins for the group is Dawn Lynch, who was one of the key historians in, like, for the film. Like, he worked on the film with James Cameron and everything. So he's in that group, and I'm very nervous and excited to finish the video and post it in that group. And hopefully, you know, there are a lot of people that love the movie in that group and a lot of people that don't, you know, the Titanic elitists, if you will, that love to tear the movie down. So, you know, a large part of my movie is defending it against those people, so I'm very interested and nervous to post it in that group and see what people have to say. But yeah, I'm really excited to post the video and just get my thoughts out there, because I'm very excited because I feel like, you know, I've watched so many reviews of the movie and so many of them don't talk about, like, the things about the movie you know, that makes me love it so much and that makes so many other people love it so much. You know, a lot of people think for some reason that there's, like, nothing of substance in Titanic, which is so mind-blowing to me, just completely untrue. So I just decided to talk about a few of the themes that are present in the movie. So I talk about, well, the history is something I talk about, obviously. Then the first theme I talk about is the passage of time, which is really emotional for me. And then I talk about class, feminism. I have a whole theme about Rose and how awesome she actually is, and how there are a lot of feminist themes there. I talk about the importance of human relationships and this whole thing, and then I talk about making it count as a theme, and talk about my tattoo and all that stuff about the movie. And then I talk about, like, a few notable scenes, such as the King of the World scene and how important it actually is in the movie, and the sinking sequence and the iceberg sequence and all this stuff. And then I kind of, in the final segment, it's the defense segment, but I kind of defend it, obviously, throughout the whole thing. But then this is, like, just one final segment where I kind of combat, you know, popular things that haters love to say about the film, like, you know, the romance is terrible, it ruins everything, you know, just stuff like that. And I just have my strong arguments back for everything. And I'm very proud of the video. I'm very proud of it. And you know, Titanic is, like, my life, man. So this video feels like, it just feels like something I have to do and get out there into the world. So I just really hope that it turns out all right. Apparently in iMovie, I use iMovie 11, a really old one. So apparently if you export it via QuickTime, which is a different way, like, instead of just exporting it as a file, if you export it via QuickTime and add all of these different settings to it, like a high bit rate or whatever, like, you know, and export it that way, all of the errors that you have in playback get ironed out. So I really hope that that works. Anyway, so enough about that. I'm supposed to be finishing my midterm, but I wanted to let you know you were so talented, and I've been a long-time fan. Thank you, Crystal. I appreciate that, and I have some things over here in YouNow as well. I I like watching this girl who does ASL for songs, and stupid copyright got rid of the music. It's supposed to be helpful. I hate copyright. Oh my god. See, that's the thing. Like, I think I saw people talking on Twitter the other day about how YouTube is doing, like, they're being terrible with copyright. For some reason, like, there's been, like, some new thing that they've started. I don't know. But thankfully, at least for, like, my side channel with, like, my Walking Dead videos, I stopped having issues with that. There was one point where I was terrified, and my Rashone discussion video, it got taken down. Like, I've never had a video get removed before, and it got removed, and I got a copyright strike against my channel. And obviously I had a bunch of other reaction videos up there. So I was like, oh my god, if they start going wild on this and they start taking down all my reaction videos, I'm gonna be terminated. Like, my YouTube account will, like, it will be terminated. And apparently, you know, I read up on it, and it's like, if one of your YouTube accounts gets terminated, you will not be able to use YouTube at all, even if, like, if you have other accounts. And I was like, okay, well, I could not afford to lose this, you know, my main channel. That would literally be the worst day of my life. I would die crying. Like, it'd be terrible. So obviously, like, I can't risk that. So copyright is something I've been very worried about ever since I've started posting Walking Dead videos. But I think AMC themselves, I think at one point they were really bad, and they were giving, like, everyone copyright strikes and taking videos down, and it was terrible. And I think a lot of people complained, and then once, like, season 7 hit with the premiere and everyone was posting reaction videos, I think they started realizing that reaction videos are actually helpful, and they keep, you know, they generate interest, and they keep people talking about the show throughout the week until the next episode, and stuff like that. So I think they've realized that they can't be giving us copyright strikes and taking videos down, because ever since then, none of my Walking Dead videos have a copyright strike. Like, none of them. So that's really good. I'm happy about that. So ever since then, like, and none of my videos getting copyright strikes, and I'm legit using, like, footage from the show throughout the entire video, I'm a little bit more optimistic about other videos not getting taken down, because they reinstated my Rashone video as well after 24 hours, which was really weird. They completely took it down. I had a copyright strike against my channel, and then out of nowhere, the video was they reinstated it, and the copyright strike went away. And it's fine now. And so that's really weird. So I just hope, well, first of all, that I hope that the Titanic video, that they don't even detect. I hope I use, you know, an amount of footage where it's not enough for them to detect it, you know, or, you know, it's chopped up enough that it doesn't, you know, it doesn't warrant, as, you know, a lot of footage used. But I don't know. But even if it does, it's okay if I get the thing that says, you know, copyrighted content has been found in your video, but the owner is allowing you to keep it uploaded. So yeah, hopefully that is what happens. Anyway, I'm just really, I have so much anxiety over it right now. And I know it's going to take like 5 hours to export because it's ridiculous. So I'm going to, like, do that when I go to bed tonight. I'm just going to set my computer on the side, export it, and go to bed. And hopefully wake up in the morning, and hopefully it'll be good. I'm so nervous. Is it true that American high schools, you can eat and drink and listen to music in class, and even leave if you want to because it's your right or something? For me, it is. I see someone else answer, that's totally not true. It's more what your teacher allows you to do. In my school, you can eat and drink in class. You just can't be distracting. You can't leave if you want to in my school. Yeah, no, in my school, it was kind of a free-for-all, like, but I went to a public arts school, so they were very, like, open about stuff. But yeah, you could eat in class. You don't have to, like, ask to go to the bathroom. Like, you can just get up and leave, which essentially, like, you could literally be going anywhere. Like, they don't know where you're going. So yeah, So it was kind of like that for me. And then especially in college, they don't care at all. Like in college, like people were eating their dinner in class, like a full on dinner, like, you know, chicken and stuff. They were just eating a dinner in class and no one cares. They get up and leave to go talk on the phone or go to the bathroom or whatever, get a drink, no one cares. And yeah, so, um, da ba 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 do do do. Um, said, oh my god, that's really so weird because in the UK, you can get a sanction for having food and drink and phones get confiscated if you have them in a lesson. Yikes. I mean, yeah, I mean, I think most people are strict about phones. Like in, yeah, like even like in college, if you had your phone out, they would be like, excuse me. But it's funny though, because like you can't have your phone, but you can have your iPad or your computer, because they assume that you're like taking notes or whatever. But it's so funny because if you sit behind people that have their computers out in college, they're not taking notes. They're on Facebook. They're on wherever else. They're texting people on iMessage. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's kind of ridiculous, but everyone else, you know, the teachers assume that they're taking notes and doing work. I have so much work to do, but I don't even care. Haha, I was waiting for this live stream because it's literally one of the best parts of my week. Thank you for being consistent in doing these. XXX, love you. Thank you, Megan. See, I appreciate that so much. Thank you. That makes me happy. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry that I started this one a little late today. Like I said, I tweeted I was having trouble with Adobe Flash as well. Like I opened YouNow and it was like, sorry, you need Adobe. And I said, what? So I had to reinstall that, and then there were you know, all these other issues like with pop-ups that I had to change, and I had to change the privacy settings, and it was, yeah. And then I was trying to get this microphone to work, and then that didn't work, so, but yeah, I made it. It's just gonna check. I know it has taken me so long to edit this Titanic video though, guys. Like, you have no idea. Like, I saw someone else in here say, your love for Titanic makes me want to watch it now. LOL. No, seriously, just go watch it. It's just, it's just the best. Like, it's the best. Like, honestly, it's so funny. Like, it's weird. Like, when I do these discussion videos, I do kind of consider myself to be like a strong speaker. Like, I feel very confident about speaking and getting my thoughts across in a very concise way. And then also with editing, like I love editing. So, you know, adding in footage, like while you know, you see the footage while I'm talking. There's like my you know, my voiceover and stuff like that, just to make the video more entertaining and really get the point across. I feel very proud of that, and it was so funny. Like, I started watching the video back, and I was getting invested in my video that I've already edited, and I know everything I say. Like, I was like engrossed in it. I was watching it, and I didn't want to turn it off. And then I was like, oh wait, no, I got to finish editing. So hopefully that's a good sign, and hopefully you guys find it as entertaining as I do, which is weird. But it was really like strange as I was watching back certain sections, like when I talk about the flying scene specifically, and I talk about like the underlying message that's there. Like, I was watching it back, and I have so much passion in my voiceover that I started crying, because like you're looking at the footage of the scene and I'm explaining how I feel about it, and I was just like, you go, Brittany, you make your points. It was really weird, but I was just very proud of it, and then I just started getting really emotional. So hopefully you guys enjoy the video. That probably sounded really arrogant, but yeah. I'm logging into my bank right now to check my balance and make sure I have enough to order a pizza. Because I'm terrible. Okay, so I have to switch over my money. Doot doot doot. What? Do 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 do. But yeah, and then at the very end of the video, I say like, Titanic is a movie that makes people cry like this, and I cut to like some reaction videos from YouTube, which are hilarious. And it's just, I mean, it's a movie for humans. You know what I mean? These themes, they're just so relevant to everyone, you know? I don't know. Um, Submit. Yay! Okay. I love your Katy Perry cover. Thank you. That was actually one of my favorite covers as of late. So thank you. Um, I love this conversation people are having here about schools. Way to make me feel like less than a human. What? Why? Is this related to Titanic? Do you not like Titanic? Is that why? uh, that's Pyroblast 3000. Anyway. Try not to talk about that movie, but it's just been on my mind so much because April is Titanic's anniversary month, and it was on TV just last night or the night before, and then it was also on TV earlier in this month, and it was so funny. Like last night I was getting, or whenever it was on, the night before last night or whatever, I was getting distracted from editing my video by watching Titanic. Titanic was distracting me from editing my Titanic video. It's just ridiculous. Like, I just always get sucked into it. My nails. People talking about that bullying or something is more prevalent in America. Yeah. I feel like everyone seems just more chill in the UK. Like Americans are really annoying. And speaking of bullying, my mom and I have been binge watching 13 Reasons Why. And yeah, American schools are ridiculous. Although I never really had too much like trouble in school. But yeah. Um we had this discussion last week, I think. Yes, I was remembering that. I was like, am I remembering this correctly? Yeah. Well, then hopefully you watch my video and get a different perspective on it, because that's one of the reasons why I made it. I just hope that it exports correctly. Did you watch the live stream of April the giraffe? I didn't, but after she had the baby, it popped up on my feed. Let's see. Oh my God, 13 Reasons Why has scarred me. I am shook. I am shooketh. Or whatever that meme is. Yeah. I mean, I think we're on episode 5, so almost halfway. Like so far for me, it just kind of seems a little normal. Like it just kind of seems like, and like she has said in the episodes, she's like, you just think I'm overreacting. So I'm assuming it's all leading up to something. Because like I was like putting myself in her shoes so far, and like I consider myself to be a very strong person. So far, some of the things she's experienced, I'm like, I feel like I'd probably be able to make it through that without becoming suicidal. Because I mean, I have faced a lot of stuff in my life that I'm not going to get into, so I feel like I could be all right. Like I went through some stuff in high school, like my freshman year of high school, just like stuff about my race, like actual stuff, like not saying the stuff that she didn't go through wasn't actual stuff, but I mean like stuff about like myself, like that I cannot change, and so it was like really kind of difficult. Like I would come home in tears. It was because I went to like an inner city school, so there were a lot of, black kids, Spanish kids, and white kids, whatever. And here I am, mixed race, and some of them were just not, like, they just would not accept me for being what I am. They were just trying to tell me what I am, and they just wouldn't accept me at all, and they were just really mean. And yeah, it was really difficult, and I would come home crying to my mom, and I would just be like, what do I do? They just won't stop, and whatever, and it was really sad, but, I got over it, and, like, that's, like, another thing as well, like, with high school problems, like, it just bothers me so much to see people get so wrapped up in high school issues that they would, like, kill themselves, um, because like I went through this with one of my best friends growing up. We were always on the same page with life. I think I talked about her before. Um, we were always on the same page. We were best friends all through elementary school and then middle school, and then we went to separate high schools. And that's when tragedy struck. And, she didn't really, she went to a different high school. I went to a different high school, but I was still okay. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm a loner, I didn't need friends, I just ate lunch by myself. I didn't care. I ended up making friends who were all of the outcasts in my school, basically. My best friend in high school had bright blue hair. My other friend who was basically like the emo kid in our entire school, because like I said, we were in an inner city school, so there actually weren't a lot of alternative kids. It was like, so all of my friends ended up being those people. So I eventually found friends, but before that I was just kind of coasting, just doing my thing, and I was fine with it. But my friend, meanwhile, surrounded by people, like I need people to like me. And I was like, oh my god, like it was just like really like hurt. I was like, Caitlin, like you could, like, you don't, like, no, it's all right. And she was like, no, like I can't. And so she started hanging out with these people who were a really bad, like really bad crowd. They were drinking, partying. I don't know if they did drugs or anything, but they were definitely drinking and partying and, being promiscuous or whatever. And she just went along with it, and she just completely changed, just like almost overnight, just like completely just changed as a person, and we just completely drifted as friends. And I kept trying to have conversations with her and telling her, I was like, Caitlin, like, these people do not matter in the grand scheme of your life. Like, you know what I mean? I was like, as soon as you graduate high school, you are never going to see these people again, and they're not going to care about you, and you're not going to care about them, and it's just a pointless waste. Like, because, like, I really valued our friendship, and I know she valued it, and I was like, it makes no sense to, like, throw our friendship away, just to please these people, for the time being, these 4 years in high school that are going to go by like that. You know what I mean? It's not worth throwing away a friendship for these people. But she did, and we're not really friends anymore, which really makes me sad. And it makes me sad that, I mean, I don't know, like, it's just really sad. Like, those friends of hers were calling me and leaving, like, terrible messages, just being mean for no reason. And she just went along with it, and it was really sad. It was really sad for me, and I was crying all the time because I was losing my best friend, and on top of that, they were bullying me, and it was just like, seriously? Seriously? It was really sad, but, I mean, what can you do? But yeah, there you go, guys. So hopefully, if you're going through problems in high school, like, you know, I mean, just do you, just don't worry about anyone else, like, because it's really not going to matter once you get out of high school. Because I have talked to my friends since then, and she told me, she was like, "Yep, I don't talk to them anymore, like at all. I have nothing to do with them. I'm totally living my own life now. Yeah, that's it." And she's like, "You were right, Brittany. Like, I'm so sorry that I didn't listen to you." It was like really sad. Like, she called me one day and she was really upset. And she was like, "Brittany, like, I owe you an apology. Like, I feel so bad for what I put you through and the fact that we're not really close anymore. And, like, I realize how stupid it was. And I'm so sorry." Like, she's like, "You've been on my mind. Like, I have nightmares about this. I just need to call you and apologize." And I was like, "Oh my God, like, no, it's fine, but yikes, but it doesn't, but it's really sad, it really doesn't matter that we like made up like that because the damage is done. There, we already spent too much time not being friends that like we can't go back to that. And it's just really sad that that had to happen. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Um, Rachel, she said, "I have to go, but thank you for making my Sunday less lonely." Oh, you're welcome, Rachel. Thank you for being here. Um, can't save everyone. Yep, I mean, it's true, but it's just sad, We were best friends. We actually had this YouTube channel together called like the Brittany and Caitlin program or something, and we were like, we only had 3 videos up there, and then we got into our arguments and everything, and then it makes me sad that I can't remember the password and email for it because I ended up changing the bio on the channel, and it's really passive aggressive, and it says like, "We are no longer friends, don't expect any new videos." It's really sad. But yeah. Um, this reminds me of a friend I used to have. She would put herself with bad people, and the people she hung out with hated me. She just went along with it. We don't talk anymore. People don't think I am cool because I'm super quirky, but people learn to accept me. Yeah, you know what I mean? You just gotta be you. You just gotta do it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. I mean, because it's like that's what's like driving me crazy watching 13 Reasons Why though. Like I feel like something, don't spoil it for me, but I feel like as the episodes go on, like the issues are going to get more and more severe. But like when they're talking about high school, they're like, "High school is so hard." And I'm like, it's really not. Like, just try to get through it. Just try to get through it. Because once you get through it, it is not going to matter. Like, it's not going to matter. Like my mom tells me all the time, how many years after she's been in high school, and she tells me, she's like, "Brittany, like, I've run into the popular kids from high school, and they're like nobodies these days." Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're like, their lives are messed up, or, they totally don't have it together and whatever, or like they grew up to be ugly or something, you know what I mean? Like, everyone's beautiful. I'm not trying to be like that. But, like the people that were like the prettiest people end up being like just completely not what would have been jealous of or whatever back in the day. And it's just so funny. Like, you know what I mean? It's like you can't harp on stuff like that in high school because it's just not worth it. Like, it's not, in the grand scheme of life, those little 4 years you spend there, they don't really matter. Like, they don't really matter. I just wish more people realized that, because way too many people end their lives or get really worked up over things that happen in high school. And it's a shame. They do. The first 5 episodes were boring to me, but they definitely turn up. I was sneak watching it at work. Well, that's good then. That seems interesting then. Okay. People make the world go round these days, ups and downs. I have been stabbed in the back by people I considered my friends quite a lot. See, that's what's so sad. Like, it's like, why do people gotta be like that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I watch these shows, like 13 Reasons Why, Degrassi, of course, all that stuff, and I'm like, like, it just blows my mind that certain people, like certain humans, exist, or just that, like, that humans end up becoming that type of human. Like, it just really upsets me. Like, I'm watching, when you watch 13 Reasons Why, and you see, like, those jock kids that are just being idiots. Like, they're just drinking, playing their video games, like, saying, like, crap about girls and everything. And I'm just like, it just sucks because you know guys and people like that exist. And I'm just like, like, it just blows my mind. I'm just like, oh my god, I cannot believe that, like, it just comes across as just, like, very shallow and just, like, just idiotic. Like, I just can't believe that there are humans out there that act that way and that just stoop so low. Like, it just blows my mind. I'm just like, oh my god, it, like, really makes me depressed, actually, because obviously I do not consider myself a person like that, or, like, shallow or whatever. So I just watch these people and I'm like, oh my god, I cannot believe people get wrapped up in stuff like this. It's like, I can't relate to those shows because I was a loner that played sports. I never knew what others thought. I watching them, but I can't relate. Same. I think that's why I enjoy watching it, because I never really experienced that, So it's just so funny when I watch them sometimes, like Degrassi and stuff like that, and I'm like, does this really happen? Like, kids really do this? Like, especially, like, like the partying, the sex, the whatever. I'm like, I was completely out of the loop because I literally never did anything. I still haven't done anything. I'm 23 and I'm still in my room with my mom, like, living at home, doing my thing, like, chilling. Like, literally have not done anything in my life that you saw. So, so it's just kind of funny. I think that might be why I enjoy watching them. I'm just like, wow, like, the drama that I never had to actually experience, I'll just experience through these people. Yeah. I can only relate to Clay. Same. He seems like a cool guy. Chill, normal, a little nerdy. Let's see. If somebody's going to waste your precious time being an irrelevant hater, they need to go, because I ain't got time, honey. Life is too short. It's true. Oh, I hate Degrassi. Pyroblast 3000, you seem to hate a lot of things. But no, yeah, Degrassi's like hit or miss. I mean, Degrassi's Degrassi. It's been on forever. But I actually really enjoy the Next Class carnation on Netflix. I really don't mind it. Like, some people are like, Next Class sucks, and I'm like, I like it. Like, I almost feel like they've gone even, like, deeper than some later episodes of Degrassi: The Next Generation, like, went. Next Class has been going there, as they say. Yeah. They've had 3 so far. I wish there were more episodes a season. They only have 10 episodes a season. Like, that's not even... with a show like Degrassi, each episode is only 22 minutes. You binge that in a day. It's not worth it. Like, at least 13 Reasons Why. Every episode is an hour, so, and it's a depressing kind of show. So you have to space it out. Like, my mom and I have watched, like, maybe 2 episodes in a row every day, and I can't go any further than that. I'm like, no, it's been 2 hours. I can't sit through this. So So yeah, but Degrassi, it's like just this drama, this petty drama that just like keeps you going. And each episode's only 20 minutes, so by the time one ends, you're like, I can do another. I can do another. I can do another. And then by the time you know it, you have one left, and it's like, really? God. Hey Britt, I love your covers, especially the panic covers. Love from the UK. Thank you, Kiraza24. I hope I said that right. And you are also, you became a #1 fan. So thank you for that. Let's see. Can we just bring back Claire and Drew? Honestly, though, like, it was so funny because Degrassi is one of those shows where you watch it and you get invested with those people that, you know, started out in the beginning. Like, you cared about Annie and Emma and Craig and, you know, all those people. And then suddenly they start, like easing in new characters and you're like, ugh, I hate these people. But then those are the ones you were invested in graduate, and then the new kids are the ones that are left. So then you're just like, okay, but it's like Degrassi, I have to keep watching. So then you keep watching, and then you get invested in that class, and then they leave, and then the same thing happens over and over. And it's funny because you keep thinking, oh, I hate these new kids, but then you end up getting invested in them. And I'm thinking that right now again, like next class, whatever the next season is, all the good seniors are about to graduate by the end of the season. And I'm like, oh no, I don't want to deal with these other stupid kids, but I know I'm going to keep watching. And I know I'm going to end up getting invested in them too. It's funny. But I think that is, those are my favorite, that's my favorite cast, I think. I really liked Claire, Drew, Eli, Ali Bandari, Dallas, Jenna, what's his face? The kid with Asperger's. What was his name? Connor. I really liked all of them. I really did. Yeah, that was one of my favorite times on Degrassi. Like, right when it ended, like when it ended before it went to Next Class on Netflix, that whole class. I really liked it. I really, really liked them. Like, I kind of cried. Yeah. I think someone else just gave me some bars, and I don't know who they are. I missed it. Alib. Alib 924. Thank you. And Rachel, you're still on the top. What's your favorite TV show? Probably Walking Dead. Obviously, I do my reaction videos to that and everything. But it's weird. Like, actually, like, really weird. Like, I actually don't know if I would call The Walking Dead my favorite TV show. Like, even though it definitely seems like it, I don't know if it is. Like, I don't know, because like Walking Dead is one of those shows where I really can only watch it once. Like, it's one of those shows where it's like I don't really like to watch the episodes after I've seen them. Like, I don't know what it is about that. Like, it just seems like one of those shows where it's just like a never-ending movie. Like, I just watch it fresh every week, and that's it. Like, I don't really revisit it too much. Which is weird to me. Sometimes I will. Like, you know, especially like Carl-centric episodes, like After. I just love that episode. I watch it a lot. You know, stuff like that I'll go back to. You know, some Rick and Michonne stuff I'll go back to. But, like, other than that, like, once I watch an episode, like, I'm kind of done with it. Like, you know, from editing my reaction videos, I end up watching the episode, like, 5 times during that process. So I see them again that way. And so then it's just kind of like, I just don't really, I don't know. I hear my mom listening to Harry Styles. Yeah, so So for that reason, I kind of feel like I can't say it's my favorite TV show. That's why I have to say that my favorite TV show are things like the shows I grew up with, like my Even Stevens and my Lizzie McGuire and my stuff like that, because I never get tired of watching those shows. I could watch them over and over and over and over and over again, and they just feel like home to me. They just feel so nostalgic and warm, and if I'm ever feeling down or depressed, I'll just like pop on those shows and I just feel so happy, like just like hearing those sounds, the actors' voices, the familiar dialogue. It just is. It's just so nice to me. So shows like that I just love and can watch over and over and over again. And it's the same thing for like those drama kind of shows, like basically shows that do like the previously on and next time on. Those are the kind of shows that I can't watch episodes over and over again. Like shows like Degrassi, like I don't really go back to revisit episodes of Degrassi unless they're like on TV. Like if I see an episode of Degrassi on Teen Nick or something, I'll put it on. But at the same time, I'll put it on and I'll be like, yeah, I remember this part of this story too clearly. Like it's not the same as like putting on an episode of a show where every episode is a standalone thing. I'm just like, oh right, this is all that arc. Yeah, I don't really care about it. I don't want to get into that again. Yeah, guys, have you guys checked out Andy Mack on Disney Channel? It's so good. I know, like I'm 23 watching the Disney Channel, but I feel like a lot of people watching it. It's so good. Like, and it was created by Terry Minsky, who created Lizzie McGuire. So that right away, I was like, okay, I definitely want to check it out because, obviously I grew up with Lizzie. That was like my absolute favorite show. She was my idol. And Hilary Duff still is one of my idols, man. Like, she'll never stop being, like, my queen. So I was like, well, I have to give this a try because I want to stay up on these things, I don't want to get old. I want to kind of, stay up on this. And the Lizzie McGuire connection made it very interesting to me. Also, with laugh track. So that's very refreshing. And yeah, so I was like, I have to check this out. And I'm so into it. And it's one of those shows. It's like a drama. It does like the previously on and next time on sort of thing. And then at the end of every episode, they do Mac chat. And it's these little kids discussing the show. And it's so cute. It makes me cry because I think like, oh my God, is this show like really gonna be like the next like Lizzie for this generation? Like I really hope it is, like it's already touching on way more serious issues than Lizzie ever did. So that's promising. And so it's just like I just feel like crying. Like I feel like an old woman watching the show. Like I feel like I'm just like looking after this young generation and I'm like, oh my God. It just makes me cry. Like the lead actress, Peyton Elizabeth Lee, she's so cute. She's this little mixed race Asian girl, Asian and white, and she's playing this Asian and white girl on the show, and I'm just like, it just makes me so happy. She's so adorable, and she has this, this cute little pixie cut. You know what I mean? She's not like the stereotypical pretty girl on Disney Channel, and it just makes me cry. Like I just watch it, and I'm like, I really hope that there are kids out there watching this show, and like think she's cool and want to be like her, the way I wanted to be like Lizzie. Like it's just so cute to me, and I'm like, oh, I hope that happens, and I hope she becomes like the next big thing. I really do, and I've been keeping up on that show. It's really good. And apparently, her best guy friend on the show, Cyrus, is going to be like Disney Channel's first gay character, or at least first character that's like questioning his sexuality or something. So that's massive. I'm definitely keeping up with the show for that. I mean, I think it's pretty obvious that he is, though. I mean, they're kind of making him be, like, stereotypically gay, like, so far. Like, he's, like, kind of gay as a $3 bill. Like, I'm not gonna be, I'm being honest here. I mean, he's pretty flamboyant, already. And he obviously has a crush on, like, the hot, popular kid. he obviously likes him. Like, no guys I know, no straight guys I know are like, Jonah, Beck, talk to me. Ah! Like, I'm just like, okay, I don't think, I mean, that's a little obvious. If people didn't see that coming, I don't know. I don't know. But, so that should be very interesting if they actually go through with that. That'll be a big moment for Disney Channel. So I'm looking forward to that. I watched it and it's a very good show. It is. It's a good show. They're talking about like teen pregnancy basically without actually talking about it. They're still talking about it. It's crazy. Chat. Oh, I missed it. Chat Simmons. Thank you for the likes. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. I appreciate it. Like so much. Thank you. You are so nice. But yeah, it's a really good show. I hope none of you were insulted by what I just said about Cyrus, but they're really kind of making him, you know, stereotypically gay so far. I mean, I think at the last episode, he was wearing a rainbow wig, like this long rainbow wig at like this party, and they were all like taking turns like breakdancing in the middle of like a group, and he was just like dancing with this like rainbow wig. He snatched it off his head, threw the wig, and he was like, and I was like, okay, he's being set free right now. All right. He's like feeling the spirit. And it was just funny because those memes about like wigs and weaves and stuff, like, I've been snatched. I'm like, he was snatched right there. He snatched himself. Dang. But yeah, it was a little much. I was like, whoa, okay. What's your favorite Panic song? Camisado. And that's actually like a fact. Like, I've actually like decided that that is my favorite Panic song. Hey Brittany, how was your Easter? It was good. Spent time with the fam. Took a lot of pictures, so that was good. I got to, play around with my camera again, which is awesome because it's been a while since I've taken pictures because the weather in Boston sucks. It's been like super cold, and then it'd be super hot for no reason. And Easter was really nice weather, so that was good. And now that the weather is starting to get nice again, I'm going to start taking pictures more. Yeah. Thanks again, Chat Simmons. You're so nice. Let's see, what's your favorite Miley Cyrus song? Well, the first one I'm thinking of is So I put my hands up to play my song, the butterflies fly away, nodding my head like yeah, moving my hips like yeah. The jam. But I feel like I listened to that Hannah Montana Meet Miley Cyrus album. That album has some jams, like I'm gonna start all over. I mean, that is a jam. But this would also be like not just Miley Cyrus, it would be Hannah Montana as well, but they're the same person, let's be real. So that song, I might even be a rock star. I might even be a rock star. I love that song. Yeah, I love a lot of those old Hannah Montana songs, man. Sometimes I wish when the phone rings that it'll be you saying, let's hang out. Then you confess after something special between us. Why don't we find out you don't even know me? Guess you don't need me. Why you're not seeing what you're missing? On the outside shying away. And see, that's what I'm saying. Like, people tell me, it's like, your Miley impression is way too country and nasal. I'm like, I'm thinking of freaking Hannah Montana. That's what I grew up with. I grew up with Hannah Montana, and that's how she talked. Daddy. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, her family were a bunch of Southern people. Like, that's what they were. Her dad talked like this, and he had his accent. Woo-hoo-hoo. Like, you know what I mean? That's how I remember Miley Cyrus. So that's how I do those impressions. That's why I felt like a lot of the people who are commenting must be like young or something, and they didn't grow up or watch Hannah Montana. I don't know. But yeah. What are your musical influences that people might be surprised to hear about? Hmm. I don't really know because I'm pretty much out there with everything I like and listen to. So pretty much everything that I listen to and love and have been influenced by, you'll probably know. So obviously, Amy Winehouse, Green Day, excuse me, inspired me to play guitar and start writing and all of that. Fall Out Boy, obviously like Patrick Stump. I love his voice and I feel like his style of singing has kind of rubbed off on me when I sing sometimes. Like I was realizing that the other day when I was listening back to one of my own songs, because I'm currently in the studio working on my EP, or like, well, the first song for my EP that I'm gonna release, and then start my Indiegogo campaign, hopefully. So we've been working on Wish You Had Me, like a produced version of it. And I was just thinking of like my vocals, like, and it was just reminding me of Patrick. I was like, why does this remind me of Foley? Like, why does this remind me of Foley Ado? Like when I'm like, no, you were thinking what a fool. I'm like, why is that so Patrick Stump though? I'm like, okay, Brittany. But yeah, so stuff like that. Obviously like Panic, but not so much. But like Brendan, like their phrasing. I really like Panic's phrasing, especially like on Fever, like that fast phrasing and everything. It's really cool. And then just like stuff that's just seeped into my brain over my life. So jazz, I've always been surrounded by jazz. Just always being around Berkeley ever since I was 11. Like Berkeley is like the jazz like cat place. So I've just always been around jazz. My mom has raised me on like old school R&B. So I'm talking like Babyface, you know, New Edition, Keith Sweat, Bobby Brown, you know, all that stuff. So I've been subjected to that, but then she also loves the Rolling Stones, so I've heard all of that. My grandfather loved oldies, you know, from the 50s and 60s, so I grew up listening to that as well. So I feel like I'm just like a product of everything I've ever ingested. Is that the right word? But yeah, so that's why my bio on like all my social media is product of pop, R&B, jazz, and the early 2000s emo invasion, because I really feel like that just sums me up. I'm just pop on the radio is what I listened to growing up a lot, R&B from my mom, jazz from Berkeley and my grandfather, and then I raised myself on the emo invasion, and then you put all that together and it's me. So yeah. Someone said, did you know that Andrew Lincoln can sing? Look up Andrew Lincoln singing and click on the first video. I will check that out. That's funny, man. Like, I knew he was in stuff like Love Actually and old like movies like that, but I didn't think of him singing. Andrew Lincoln singing. He's so young! Oh my god, I have to see this! Oh, why isn't it working? Oh god, right. Oh, wait, whatever. He's really singing? Friends in joy and friends in tears. We've always been the same. I can't tell if he's lip syncing. There's a change in me, and there's a change in you. So maybe now's the time to let our hearts be true. Yeah, it does sound like him. Oh my god, that's amazing. With the comments, Rick needs to sing more. Oh my god. That is funny. Imagine Rick just starts walking around singing all the time. Oh my god. That's funny. Thank you for telling me that. That's amazing because I had no idea. Excuse me. I've been watching your videos since I was really young, and you helped me learn how to play guitar. Believe it or not, I was watching your videos and pausing play to see the gorgeous playing on guitar. Oh, thank you! Thank you, Joshua Francis. See, like, that means so much to me. Like, thank you. I'm glad I could have been of some help like that. Joel H. says, in your musical career, are you doing live music, like in local venues? I have. I've played a lot of live shows. I think, especially right when I got off of The Voice, I was like being asked to perform more places because obviously like I was just on TV, so like people around Boston were like, hey, would you want to be here and come do this? And I was like, sure. So I did a lot of that, and then from there I was able to get more gigs and stuff. So yeah, I mean, I've definitely been playing more. But as of late, I've really been focusing, ever since I graduated college, finished up college, I just have been taking these last few months to just really just kind of chill before life becomes life again. I've been, we live in an apartment and people live above us and they are very loud. There's a bunch of kids up there. Anyway, so, what was I just saying? About my gigs. Oh my god. What was I saying? I just completely blanked. But yeah. Oh, focusing on life before real life happens. Yeah. So just like, I did some of my Walking Dead stuff for fun. And, I've been editing this Titanic video for fun just because I know eventually I'm never going to have time to do something like that. Coming up with other covers, doing some photography. I'm going to start doing that now that the weather's nice. Just stuff like this that I know I'm not going to really be able to get the chance to do again eventually. Like, I know I'm sort of in a limbo right now between finishing college and actually starting life, so I'm just really trying to just embrace that as much as I can before everything comes crashing down. And it's been very enjoyable. I've been enjoying kind of the rest and, stuff like that. Please say, I love you, Caitlin, please. I love you, Caitlin. And that's my friend's name that I was talking about earlier. If you play instruments, what instruments do you play? I play guitar and piano. Sorry, I'm yawning. What would have your reaction been if Negan actually killed Carl? How do you think Rick's reaction would have been if he saw Negan holding Judith? I think if Negan actually killed Carl, I don't even want to think about it, man. I don't even want to think about it. Like, just imagine that. Like, well, because we did get to see very quickly in Rick's flashbacks in his head of, like, imagining all that could still happen the night of the lineup, or the day after the lineup, whatever, when he was imagining everyone get whacked, and we saw Carl get whacked for, like, 1 second. I did not need to see that. Like, I did not need that visual. So just actually imagining that happening and him just whacking him out. I I like, honestly, like, I don't know what I would have done, but I probably would have gotten, I imagine myself screaming first, starting to cry a little bit, and then just getting pissed off, and standing up and walking away, and just vowing to never watch the show again, and just like, whatever. That's probably what I would have done. And I would have been like screaming about how like, this isn't real, is this really happening? No! Like, you know what I mean? That would probably be like the things I say. Then I'd get really mad and storm away. I would probably, yeah. That's all I can picture. All I can picture is myself being like, just like getting up and walking away. You have a great speaking voice. I can also hear you on the radio, either hosting or singing or both. Thank you. You know, because that's something I was like thinking, like, as I've been spending this time in between college and real life, just kind of doing other things, like I said, photography, my Walking Dead videos, you know, stuff like that, like this Titanic video where I give like my commentary and stuff. I'm like thinking, I'm like, maybe I could like get into speaking, like public speaking or something like that. I don't know, because I really enjoy it. And I enjoy like organizing my thoughts and expressing them, stuff like that. So, I don't know. So thank you for that. Excuse me. I'm terrible. I should probably cook myself food, but I'm probably gonna order a pizza. Even though I probably should sub the other night, because I just want to have variety. But I haven't ordered a pizza in a long time. At least like 2 months. Ah! And I usually allot myself like 1 pizza order a month. And it's like always when I get my money in, like, you know, I live paycheck to paycheck. And it's mainly YouTube is where I mainly make my money, believe it or not. So it's like I'll get my YouTube money in and I'm like, okay, great, I can order my pizza for the month. It's like I can get my 1 pizza in. And usually like when that happens and like, or just, you know, whenever you get paid and you get more money in your account, I'm just like, okay, what are like some things that I really want to buy right now that are cheap, and I'll just buy it as soon as my money comes in and get it away and then live on the rest of the money. So, so like a while ago I did that and I ordered a different Rosita hat for my cosplay, and that should actually be coming any day now. Hopefully it looks as good as it does in the picture, because it looks closer to her hat than the one that I have. Tell me your honest opinion on atheists. Honestly, like, I don't care. Like, believe what you want to believe. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, my mom gets mad at me because I am Catholic. My whole family is Boston Irish Catholic people. Pretty much all of the stereotypical Boston Irish people you see on TV, that's my family. And so I get a kick out of my family, I really do. They're just very entertaining to me. I love them. Like basically like every SNL skit that you see that's like parodying Boston is my family. No exaggeration. So I love them, and you know, so we're Boston Irish Catholic people. I was baptized. I had my first Holy Communion. I had my confirmation, and I went to Catholic school for like 11 years, all through preschool to 8th grade. I was in Catholic school, and one of my classes was religion. That was one of my classes. So, you know, obviously born and raised Catholic. Like, I have not gone to church I have not gone to church in years. And so I'm kind of just coasting through life. It's like, obviously, it's like I believe in God. I believe in whatever. You know, Jesus, I believe he was a person that walked around. You know, and apparently there's like proof, you know, that he actually existed. So because of that, you know, I just have to believe that. Like, that's what I actually believe. So, like, from time to time, I'll say a little prayer or whatever. But it's like, but I'm not like, I don't consider myself to be so religious that I'm like, everyone must be Catholic. You must believe in Jesus. Like, you must be saved. Like, so many people are like that on my Facebook timeline. And I'm like, I just really, like, I don't know. Like, it's just a little too much for me. I'm just one of those people where it's like, do your thing, like, you know what I mean? Because I kind of do my thing. Like, I'm Catholic, but I'm not like, I'm not like, crazy about it. Like, you know what I mean? That's what gets me so crazy. Like, when other people like think, because it's so funny because as a Catholic person, like Catholic and Christian, like people lump them together. But in my opinion, they were always like very different. Like all of the Catholic people, I mean, all the Christian people that I know are very holy roller, like they're super Christian. And then all the Catholic people I know are just really chill, like we're just Catholic, like that's just like our religion, but we're not like obsessed with it, sort of thing, But then other people have told me their experience has been the complete opposite. So I don't know, but but so like it gets me mad when people are like, when I say like, yeah, I support gay marriage, I support all of that, like actually very fervently, I actually support all of that stuff. And then people are like, aren't you Catholic? And I'm like, yeah, so, like, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I believe in God and Jesus, but like, it's like, that doesn't affect like anything else that I believe. Like, people say, but the Bible says, I'm like, okay, but that's great, but no. You know what I mean? Like, sorry. Like, yeah. And then they're like, well, then you're not a real Catholic. And it's like, leave me alone. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, I've been baptized. I've been through this. Like, I went to Catholic school. I'm educated in religion. Like, stop. Like, I can believe what I want. I can support what I want. Yeah. So anyway, we got ridiculously deep there again for no reason. But yeah, so it's 6:00 when this is usually when I get hungry. So, thank you guys for watching. Again, I'm sorry I started this a little late. But I had all those technical issues. And I'm going on the computer right now to order my pizza. I think someone said, what kind of pizza? I get Domino's, which is really terrible for you, apparently. But I love my Domino's pepperoni pizza. I just love it. I just love it. And I need it. So... Oh my gosh, Chat Simmons, thank you so much for these, like, final slew of likes here. Oh my gosh, thank you. I don't know what to say. Thank you so much. Because I still am not sure how the likes really work on here. But I mean, like, wow. Like, thank you for all of that. I appreciate it. Okay, guys, so thank you so much. Tonight... Well, right now I'm probably going to have to finish my Even Stevens blog because I've been terrible about that. I've been posting a lot of them on Mondays instead of the weekend. I mean, I've been posting them. At least I've been posting them once a week. But I like to post them on the weekend because I say every weekend is the new post. And I see that I've gotten like 11 people checking the blog that day for a new post. And I haven't posted one. And then I feel really bad. And then I post one on Monday, and then it's whatever. But anyway, so I might have to try to do that. But then I want to get back to 13 Reasons Why with my mom while I eat my pizza, probably. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it, as always. I will see you next week. Let's all say a prayer to the iMovie gods. that my iMovie project exports for my Titanic video, that it exports with no problems, that all the issues get ironed out, that I'm able to upload it to YouTube, no trouble, without a copyright strike, that everything goes well. That's what I have anxiety about right now. That's what I'm just hoping works out. Okay, so thank you guys. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye.